All right, good morning, everyone. Louis Sportslino, this man over market, and this is the ES morning call. And all right, so we got a pullback yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday morning. I thought it would be more comfortable the market pulled back into this area. So here we are. This is like the do or die here. I think that if you take a look at this red trend line, I know this chart's getting a little busy, right? But I mean, I really would like to see the market pull back to this area where this rallied from. I think there's a lot of territory down here that needs more volume to make this rally more sustainable. But we'll take this. We rallied back into here. I was looking at for 2085 yesterday, and we got down to 2081 area. So, today, and if we look at our pattern, we've had down, up, two downs, two ups, a down. Let's see what happens today. I think that there's of a lot of and back in through this area that would be healthier for the market if we went back in that area and uh, put some lows in, right? So when I look at the overnight action, both ends of the range look like they're unfinished. So the 2092 half is certainly unfinished. This was an unfinished bottom. They took it out by two ticks. So I'm still looking down here. This 2081 area is still a possibility for today. So this is telling me that we're going to need to trade down in this area again. When I look at these, here's a bottom that's not finished, 2070 and a quarter, and then if I just go back here and I just keep going back, all right, these are areas I still believe that have to be visited, 2064 area, and then of course when we go back here, we have this whole rally that started here on the 5th of April with all these single prints, right? Back down to, 20, basically 2050 half. So, you know, I, we're definitely in a range. The range is bigger, but, 20 half to highs. So I just think that, the market's going to trade in this range for this year, and we got to just keep jumping on the little micro moves that are being made daily. So, and understand that when the institutionals start playing, they all play in the same arena, right? All right. So on a 20-day basis, there's a day only profile. So if I look at this, I'm taking a look at, we're at the bottom of the value area low for the 20-day range. Okay. So this is kind of, pretty good action. This stuff bothers me straight up, straight down. I like the idea that we get up and down, but it makes it more difficult to trade, right? So that means you can't get married to a position if you're going to be a short-term trader. You gotta kind of not be married and be flexible. All right. So for today, let's take a look at what we got as far as value area low is 2083.74, 2084 and a quarter is the point of control. That didn't get put in until the end of the day yesterday. So, the market actually set with the point of control, the most volume up at the top of the range until the close of yesterday. All right, so now we're looking up here. Our bull bear zone is also 2084 and a quarter area, and then you can't see it in there. It's in orange. So the bottom of this range is going to be the tail of the tape if we go back and test that today, right? So and then we got the top of value at 2101 and a quarter, which is also, as you can see, this is the area yesterday that we call the middle. And you know how it actually, when it traded under the middle, it never looked back, right? And I put this out around 9:30, 9:45 every day. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. And I think I actually put a picture of that out yesterday. This is a surprise to me. I thought bonds be turning around yesterday, and uh, we're looking at the fact that the bonds have now slid, made a little 154 and a quarter, telling me that there's some surprise interest rate cut or rate hike coming I thought they were going to turn around, but here we're back inside value. All right, and we've got the 151.21 as the bottom of value. 155.29 is the point of control, and 156.29 or 156.29 as the top of value, and the bull bear zone is in this area. Um, so bonds are, like I said, I thought they'd be turning around yesterday, and then with bonds moving down, we're moving down. Something's got to give here. I don't think that these two, for right now, are going to be mutually exclusive, right? They're going to end up tracking in opposite directions. At least that's what everybody's fear has been. Oil doesn't look good from my bet. I made a bet yesterday that I thought oil has not seen the low for the year. But we've also talked about the fact that I thought oil would trade between 70 and $30 this year. So it looks like it's on its way up. We're going to use 61.46 as our bull bear zone. Top is 68.86. 64.42 is the value area low, and 60.40 is the point of control. So I would be looking at this 61.46. If we go back down here and get below there, we could reach down here and go back and test value. Um, I don't know. Did the Saudis give up? Did the Saudis start punishing the rest of the world and said, you know what, this is costing us too much money. Let's get the price of oil back up where it belongs. Well, at least where they think where they can make more money than that. So, and gold. All right. So gold is basically sitting about $40 off the low of the year. I think the low of the year is 11 or 1,141. All right, and we're probably sitting somewhere just below the middle of the low. I think the high is like 1,340, something like that. But uh, inside the off the lows, inside value 1195.20 will be the point of control. I mean, the bull bear zone. 1197 here is the point of control, and then 1197.60. If it can't get back out above value, look for the mark to go back and test the lower part of the day. So that's what we've got with gold. Remember, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on CS 8 o'clock with Top Step Trader. And just to recap, let's take a look at the 5-minute pivot. All right. Got the 5-minute pivot right here. At basically at 2086 and a quarter, 2086 and a quarter. So we're trading above it, and so right now the market is getting probably a little what we'll call a little short cover rallying, and it's once again. I think the profile is unfinished on both sides. I think we're going to get a two-sided trade today. If we look at the sisters, all four indexes right now are trading above their 5-minute pivot. So I think you're just getting some clearing out some shorts. And any more economic numbers today, Anthony? A ton of numbers today. I'm sorry. We should put. They're on our Twitter feed, so make sure you check on your economic numbers and try to trade around being flat until these things don't affect the numbers anymore. All right, everybody. Have a good day trading. Talk to you later. Bye.